you can tell from the title of the video, this is a build plan video for my 98 Impreza Coupe that I just bought. So, you're probably wondering, why are you in your Hawkeye then? Why are you not making the video in the GC? Let me explain. So, for a while now, I've had one limiting factor in my WRX, and we all know what that is, and that is my 5-speed that I'm currently running right now. That's why I'm stuck at the power level that I'm at, and it's just been a long time coming. I've been fine with this power level, and but I've been wanting to step it up. So we're actually sitting in my GC swap right now. Now some of you guys are probably like, hold up, you're swapping the whole drivetrain into the GC from here? Well, technically speaking, pretty much yes. So let me just explain everything real quick, just a quick rundown. What I'm planning on doing is putting my 5-speed and all the components for the drivetrain into my GC. But I'm retaining my engine, obviously, that I built and put in here, and I'm actually just gonna be getting another turbo engine for the GC. So the GC is gonna have my 5-speed with the blast plates, my upgraded clutch, all that stuff, axles, diff, full, everything, WRX over to the GC, and that's gonna be pretty much its base platform because, well, when I STI swap this, I'm gonna have all those parts left over. So I'm pretty much killing two birds with one stone. I think this is honestly probably the best way to do it because I have two Subarus, and I think it just pretty much makes sense. Now, I'm sure some of you guys can disagree with me, some of you guys might think this is great, but I'm gonna explain in further detail what I'm actually gonna do in a bit. I'm actually on my way to go to the gym right now. I gotta get a clear mind before I make these statements because I know this is a long-awaited video. You guys are really interested to know what I'm gonna do. Got a lot of plans for the GC, and we're gonna talk about all those in just a little bit. All right, so just finished up with the gym right now, and I'm sure some of you guys are possibly, you know, just a little confused. So let me just explain everything once more. Let's go ahead, do a little walk around in the car, and I'll do some explanation. So, if you're relatively new to the channel, just a quick rundown of what we got going here. It's a 2006 WRX. The engine is fully built, forced internals, cams, whatnot. That's staying here. But what I'm gonna be doing is I haven't fully decided on if I'm gonna buy entirety, meaning like brakes too, because I know the GC is gonna need some bigger brakes, so these actually might go over to the GC as well. But what I plan on doing, which I've been wanting to do this since pretty much day one of buying this car, and I realized I could make it work for both this car and the GC and just get the most content out of all of the videos, is I'm gonna be buying a full STI drivetrain for my WRX. We're finally gonna have front rear Brembos, we're gonna have STI axles, we're gonna have STI knuckles, we're gonna have STI diff, we're doing the trans obviously, and also the drive shaft. Everything is getting swapped over, and then obviously, because I'm swapping all that in, I'm gonna have all of the WRX components from my 2006 WRX that are gonna be ready to go for my swap into my GC. I think it's pretty smart, honestly. Now, I know in my first video with the GC, I said I'm creating a track monster, which I definitely intend to do so, but my wallet does not allow me to STI swap this and STI swap the GC at the moment. Would I love to do an STI swap on this and the GC? Of course, but I'm just pretty much following my heart and what feels right, and I've always wanted to do it to this car, so I'd feel it just wouldn't feel right to do a full STI drivetrain on the GC just yet, because I feel like I'm letting myself down and not completing what I wanted to do on the Hawk first. I hope you guys can kind of understand that. So we're still obviously going to be taking the GC to the track. The 5-speed I think is going to be honestly just fine for the power levels that I'm going to be running initially, but then obviously moving forward, once I'll blow up the 5-speed on the track, which I plan on probably blowing it up, I'll probably cue this clip in like a year when I actually blow it up. That'll actually be super funny. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We're still obviously gonna get a turbo engine in the GC. It's gonna be tuned, it's gonna have all the goodies, but it's gonna be on a WRX drivetrain just for now. But also, I guess this video is pretty much a build plan-ish for the Hawkeye as well, because obviously this car is playing a major role in swapping into the GC. So now that I'm gonna have all my upgraded STI stuff, that was the barrier between me actually going full send on this thing and going 85, going rotated turbo, and pretty much fulfilling my final dreams with this car. So that's gonna obviously, swapping everything to STI is gonna allow me to do so. So what's next? What's my first move? As of right now, literally this second, the GC is pretty much at its resting place at the house. We'll go check it out later in today's video. But my first move right now is I got cash in hand, ready to go for my full STI drivetrain that I'm looking for. I'm trying to source it. I know there's a lot of options that I could do. I could do a JDM, I could do USDM. There's pros and cons to both. I'm trying to, you know, contact some companies that import stuff that's JDM stuff, so maybe I can end up working with them on some stuff. But that is definitely in the works. I could definitely see myself getting a full STI drivetrain in the next couple weeks or so, because I'm literally ready to buy ASAP, just because I saved so much money getting the GC that I did and not getting a 2.5 RS, just getting a super base L. The money that I saved there, I realized I can get my STI drivetrain and then swap this into that. It's pretty much, as we all know, supers are puzzles, and I'm just taking advantage of that. Now, one thing that I'm not 100% on is if I'm gonna end up going with a JDM spec engine, like a 2-liter in the GC, or if I'm gonna be going with the USDM, like a 2.5 or anything like that. I'm honestly not too sure yet. You know, I just wanna be transparent with you guys. My number one focus right now is getting this thing full STI swapped, so that I have my swap ready for the 5-speed to get dropped into the GC. Also, as some of you guys may have noticed, the GC actually that I bought is automatic. Do I care? No. Saved money on getting an automatic, knowing that going into it, I was swapping the transmission anyway. And yes, I'm fully aware I'm gonna have to swap over ECU. And like I said in the video, I'm swapping over the trans, I'm swapping over ECU, I'm swapping over engine, so I literally did not care. I pretty much just wanted the shell that drove, had a clean tonneau, and passed smog, just so I have a good base, ready to go, which is exactly what my GC is. So, besides swapping over my WX drivetrain over to my GC and swapping in a turbo engine, ECU, and showing you guys actually how to swap an automatic to a manual, you guys can see it's pretty much exactly what I wanted. I wanted something that's going to challenge myself. I wanted something that you guys could learn from, and something that where a lot of people would put themselves in a situation like I have done and really challenge themselves to make something from literally nothing to something. And I think that's kind of pretty much what I love to do. I love the process more than anything. Don't get me wrong, I love driving the car and I love driving how it is right now, but building this thing was more satisfying than driving it every day, I think. I don't know. I'm pretty much just in love with the process, so that's why I pretty much made it as hard as I could for myself for the GC build. Just a little bit harder than this one. And one more thing that I really want to reiterate in this video, and pretty much just say it out loud so I also remember myself, is this car took me over 3 years to build from what it was. 100% stock WX to what it is today. So I have to remember that when building the GC. It looks terrible now, but spending another 3 years building that car, it's going to be something from nothing to something. Pretty much what I'm just trying to say is, I think a lot of people get discouraged on their builds because of how long it takes, you know, financially, or just pretty much the emotional connection, I guess, with your car. You kind of just give up on it. And there's been multiple times, like while building this car, that I pretty much just was getting over it. And I'm really happy that I stuck through pretty much until the end, and pretty much my final cap, which going rotated turbo and full STI swap. I'm so close to being there, so I might as well just finish it out. And I know it's gonna feel just as good as I was imagining. So I think pretty much my whole point of this little spiel is trust the process, stay patient, and it's gonna come out exactly how you want. And of course, another couple things that I plan on doing to the GC besides just doing the drivetrain swap and turbo swap is, of course, like I've posted multiple times on my Instagram. Follow the Instagram if you haven't. Thank you. I always post 22Bs. What that is I think there's like 424 or there's 400. There's 400 something actual 22Bs, but when I say that, I really just mean the kit that's on it. I absolutely fell in love with it. There's companies that make that kit that you could do now. It's just a wide body kit. I think it looks super, super good. It's pretty much like childhood dreams at this point. And it's essentially a rally car, but street version. I just think it looks so good. And it's just something that I want to do. And I know some people would be kind of some people will be upset at this build because they want me to, you know, try other platforms, but I build cars for myself, and I know that cars gonna, you know, bring joy to me. So me doing another build, I just don't think I'd be as passionate about it, and I feel like you guys could see that. So I know I'm doing the right choice by doing something that I know I'm gonna be passionate about, and I'm gonna have a lot of love for the build, and that's why it's gonna come out how I think it's gonna come out, just like the build that we're sitting in now. I feel like people can definitely see that obviously, you know, there's been a lot of work, there's a lot of passion into this car. So I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead, head home. We'll do a little walk around the GC. I'll point out a couple things that I think I'm gonna do right away on the outside, and then I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna give. What did I just say? I think that Hana. I'm lost in the sauce. Okay, let's just go home, do a little walk around, and then I think that's pretty much gonna be it. Alright, we made it home. We're with the GC finally. And what I actually did yesterday is, I'm obviously not going to show you the other side of this, but this is my registration. I finally got this guy swapped into my name, so I officially own 3 Subarus now. Oh my god, I think 18-year-old Alex compared to 22-year-old Alex would be pretty amazed at where I've gone with my life. I'm going to end up owning 17 Subarus. This is bad. Anyway, so pretty much where I want to end today's video is, of course, I wanted to end it inside the GC and pretty much just show you, you know, what I didn't show you guys in the first video of it. So you guys can see, this is pretty much where we're starting, right? Super basic. The dash here, you know, it's kind of cracked or whatever. Pretty much, oh. Don't even know why that's there then, you know? I might, you know, maybe end up swapping to like a GD dash or something like that if I kind of get over this. At least it's got a radio. Obviously, this is the biggest downer as of right now, but like I said, this guy's at its resting place, not driving it any longer on the automatic. As I said before, we're going to be swapping this auto to a manual, swapping over the ECU. And it's gonna be all good to go. There's a company called 6 Overcrest. They make a rear seat delete. There will be a cage in this car, so it's gonna be freaking sick. I don't want to give away all my secrets and everything I'm gonna do, but I definitely want to give you guys a good base of what the build plan is actually gonna be with the GC. So there's definitely a lot of things that I know I need to do, but like I said, we're gonna stay patient. We're gonna go step by step, and we're gonna just keep chopping away at creating another one of my dream builds, which is this Impreza Coupe. I know it's gonna turn out exactly how I want, and I really hope you guys are excited. You know, sitting in this car, like I said, on the first day I picked it up, I just have like a feeling. I just have a feeling it's gonna be something special, and I almost like knowing that people look from the outside of this car right now, and you know, and they don't see what I could see, and just kind of like proving people wrong to create something special is something that I really like to do. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys got a good look at what it is now and what it will be here pretty soon. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any input on the build, if you've, you know, maybe building one alongside me, or you're more deep into the process, you know, maybe drop some stuff down below, any tips and tricks on doing STI swap, doing WX swap, you know, swapping over maybe ECU, going auto to manual. If you could provide any advice for me, I would appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would appreciate it as well in the comments. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.